So some of you might be thinking how that other side lives. Today, we're going to be showing you the top 3 neighborhoods where that 1% resides. Hello, this is Alex Haigh with Hey Haigh Today. All right, so the first neighborhood we're going to look at is Sailfish Point. Sailfish Point is located at the southern point of southern Hutchinson Island. Sailfish Point is a luxury community. It has a golf course, it has marina, it has a spa, it has a restaurant on the beach. This 18-hole golf course, you guys know I'm an avid golfer, is a Jack Nicklaus signature design golf course. There's multiple views of the water. It has that marina that you can have your yacht in, all within the confines of a security gate. It's the only community that actually has armed security guards that all are EMS certified EMTs. Certified EMTs. These guys are ready to roll. This community is bar none, definitely one of my favorites. I've gone out there and played the golf course many times. The clubhouse is on the water. Literally, they can open up the screens and the windows. You can get the oceanarian while you're eating your filet mignon or your langosta lobster. Sailfish Point is one of the marquee locations to live in South Florida, never mind Stuart, Florida. All right, so now you're ready for the sticker on this? An average 4-bedroom home. Most of the homes are very large in here. There's 8 to 12-bedroom homes that are on the ocean, mansions that have sold upwards of $20 million. The average 4-bedroom home is going to be around $3.75 million. Most of those, again, are going to have a golf course view or are going to have some kind of water view. But that's going to be your entry level for a 4-bedroom home is going to be around $3.75 million. Now, you might be saying that's a little rich for your blood. The average 3-bedroom home, I did an analysis on this, and you're looking around $1.8 million for a 3-bedroom home. That might be something that's a row home, a little bit more attached, a little more generic, but you can get into Sailfish Point entry level for around $1.8 million. Now, you might be saying, Alex, that's absolutely ridiculous. Well, you're the one that just clicked on the link, so I'm going to tell you what the most expensive neighborhoods are. We're going to move on to our second neighborhood now. Maybe you can afford that one. The second most expensive neighborhood to live in Stuart, Florida is Sewell's Point. Now, Sewell's Point, as you can see here, is a point. Almost looks like Italy, huh? Has a little boot on the end. Well, Sewell's Point has multi-million-dollar homes all around the perimeter, okay? This area of Sewell's Point on the west side actually has deep water, so you can put your yacht there on that west side. On the east side, you can see it's actually a little bit shallow. You can see the graphic here. It's a little bit more shallow on the east side, so you're going to have smaller boats there. So on the interior, you're going to have homes that are a little lower price point, but you still have kind of a higher price point given all of this multi-million-dollar real estate on the perimeter. Now, the great thing about Sewell's Point is they have a couple of things. They have their own police force. So this is really only about 3.5 miles total of homes. They have their own police force that patrols this neighborhood almost like a gated community, but there's no gated community mandatory. There are a few up here at Castle Hill and Langford Landing, which actually are gated, but the whole, most of Sewell's Point is not gated, but it kind of has that feel. It also has a very continuity of landscape and design. They actually have ordinances for the city of Sewell's Point that you can't cut any branches that are over 6 inches in diameter because they're really trying to keep that lush green feel. Those streets that you can walk around with your kids and it's not all mowed down. There's all live oaks and Spanish moss hanging down. You can walk with your kids, you can bike, you can jog. And then you have areas like here that you can walk down and go to the beach, go fishing. It really has this great lifestyle within the confines of Sewell's Point. Now check out the proximity as well. Another reason that people love to live in Sewell's Point is you're literally about 10-minute drive to downtown Stuart, and you're literally like a 4-minute drive to the local beach down here that are all public beaches. You can hop on your bike, these bridges, you can jog, you can run, so you get, the sunrise. You can also put in a paddleboard here. There's a lot of things that you can do in Sewell's Point that really make it an attractive area to live. Well, you're probably wondering, how much does a home in Sewell's Point cost? This place sounds amazing. Hopefully it's less than Sailfish Point. Well, it is. Your average single-family home, 4-bedroom, is going to be around $1.3 million in Sewell's Point. That's going to be your entry level. That's not probably going to get you on the water, but it's going to get you a very nice home in Sewell's Point. For a 4-bedroom home, you're going to be looking at entry level around $1.3 million. All right, so you're wondering, well, I don't quite have $1 million, Alex. $1 million is a lot of money. So we're gonna key that down a little bit. What is gonna be your entry level for that 3-bedroom home? I did an analysis, and you can get into Sewell's Point for right around $795,000 for that 3-bedroom. You might be able to squeak it down. There are some smaller homes in the interior. You're really gonna have a hard time finding them in this seller's market. They do come up, but that average 3-bedroom is gonna be looking around $795,000. All right, so you're probably wondering, what is the number 3 most expensive neighborhood in Stuart, Florida to live in? Well, I'm about to tell you, it's Snug Harbor. All right, so Snug Harbor is actually on the mainland of Stuart. It's not a peninsula, it's not out on the island, it's a little closer to downtown Stuart. Snug Harbor has a very similar feel to Sewell's Point, meaning that it has very quiet streets, the live oaks hanging over, quieter. It's a little bit smaller, so you're gonna kind of have some areas that come in that have those lower price point homes. It's not drecky at all, but you kind of have a smaller neighborhood. Now, one of the really cool things about Snug Harbor is it does not have an HOA other than over in here. This is actually called Snug Harbor West. There is a little HOA in there. But one of the really cool things about Snug Harbor is this marina. Now, the marina, it is not a mandatory membership. You actually buy in as a voluntary membership. So you can use this little clubhouse here to go down and do parties and gatherings and so forth. But you also have access to a ramp here, so you can have a boat in your yard here in Snug Harbor, which is a really big thing down here in Florida, to be able to have a boat in your yard in a really nice neighborhood. You can also get a slip in here that you can lease. These are not owned slips, they're leased slips, and due to the small neighborhood that you have in here with Snug Harbor, there's usually always a slip that's available. So you can have your boat right here, low cost, easy access to the ocean. You go right out here under the bridge through Hell's Gate and out there to the ocean. There's Sewell's Point, and actually there's Sailfish Point out there. So you can be Snug Harbor is number 3 on our list. Number 2 is Sewell's Point, and then out there is Sailfish Point. So you really get an idea of the proximity of how close these all are to each other. Now, when we're talking about Snug Harbor, let's talk about entry level. It's actually very close to Sewell's Point. There's a smaller amount of homes in there. So the reason that I brought up Sewell's Point first is it's probably more preferable because there's actually more homes in there and a scope of homes. Now, Snug Harbor, 4-bedroom, you're going to be looking around $1.7 million to get into Snug Harbor. Your entry level to get into Snug Harbor, I would say probably over here in Snug Harbor West, that's going to be around $890,000. I don't even know now if you're going to be able to find something in there. The market's been escalating, but the last sale under $1 million was $890,000 in Snug Harbor West. The rest of this is all going to be over $1 million easily. Okay, so you think you can afford one of these McMansions? I hope you can. If you can't afford that, that's okay. We can help you find another property here in Stuart, Florida. I just wanted to show you what the top 3 neighborhoods were as far as price points in the Stuart, Florida area. We want you to know we can find you a home for any price in Stuart, Florida. Please just reach out and one of our associates will be happy to help you out. Thank you so much. And if you like this video, please click subscribe below, write us a comment, let us know anything that you think we could do better. We'd love to get your feedback. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for the next episode of Hey Haigh Today.